Welcome to Downtown Spotlight, a show featuring businesses and activities in downtown Derry. My name is Suzanne Bernier Robinson. I will be your host today. We are going to be featuring the Grind Rail Trail Cafe. I have with me here today Melanie Davis and Carmel Shea. They are the co-owners of the Grind, which I hope it's okay that I've referred to it as the Grind because that's what everybody calls it.
Please do.
Yeah. Okay. I know the Rail Trail Cafe is a bit long, but tell me, how did you arrive at calling it the Grind Rail Trail Cafe?
The Grind was a name that all of us had, by all of us, my husband and I and Carmel's husband and Carmel had kind of come to an agreement on. And when you go and apply for the name, sometimes you can't quite have exactly the name and the length that you want. And so because we were on the rail trail, we thought this is sort of a blessing in disguise to be able to add the Rail Trail Cafe at the end, to just kind of highlight that that's the intention, is to kind of take some walkers and runners and joggers and moms from the rail trail.
It's a perfect location right off the trail there. So I understand you both have been friends for how long?
Years.
Years.
Yeah, 6, 7 years.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So what made you decide you wanted to open a cafe?
Well, we were avid rail trail users. We liked to bike and we ran a lot, and we were just always looking for something when we get off our bikes to somewhere to go to have coffee or just sit down and chat and catch up. And
Little pit stop.
a little pit stop, and there really wasn't any place. We could go and have breakfast, which was great, or lunch, but we just kind of wanted somewhere to have a cup of coffee. So that's how it all started.
And so you chose downtown Derry because of its location where there's a lot of other activities going on, or why downtown Derry?
Well, there was a lot of stuff starting to pop up in downtown Derry with Cask and Vine and Sabatino's and some of the newer restaurants now with Dre. And we kind of wanted to be part of that energy that was starting to be created downtown. We grew up in the area, and we remember what it was like when we were kids.
Really? Both of you are originally from Derry?
I'm from Wyndham originally.
Okay. But you spent a lot of time
Yeah.
up here when you were growing up. Wow. Okay. And so was it a lot more vibrant and activities going on in downtown, or?
There's a history downtown on Broadway that stems back into the 1800s. And so that downtown location on Broadway was always downtown. And so even as recent as maybe the 80s, late 80s, downtown was Broadway. There were stores to shop at and the sidewalk sales in the summer, and that's sort of where you went when you needed to go downtown. So
it was a Country Gentleman. I remember going as a kid with my parents to the Country Gentleman. It was kind of like it was a men's store, I believe, downtown.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
there's a shoe store and a women's store.
Women's store.
The history of Derry, if you look into it, is kind of interesting, and there were quite a few shoe factories that kind of made up the commerce that was downtown, and it was all kind of serviced by the railway. And the railway let off right there, so it was only logical that everything kind of built from the railway. So for us, to see downtown sort of lose some of that sparkle was a little sad.
Yeah.
I know we're not alone, and we were really looking for that mom and pop resurgence and locally owned feeling to come back and stay strong downtown. And the Granary ended up a great spot because it is on the rail trail, and it kind of speaks back to the history of downtown Derry and what brought the activity there.
So give me the address of where you're located.
We're at 16 Manning Street, Unit 102.
Okay, so that is right there. Easy location. Talk about some of the items that you serve. Oh, and thank you for bringing my favorite, the mango smoothie today.
Our pleasure.
Yes, I know how wonderful the food is. I will give you a great testimony about how delicious the food, how fresh it is. But why don't you share some of the unique things that you have there?
Primarily, we're a specialty coffee bar, and we serve specialty organic coffees and tea. And then our intention was to serve small bites, healthy bites, pastries, bagels, quick pick-me-ups for people that come in off the rail trail or walk over from work, for patrons downtown that want to pop in and get something that's not, maybe not a pastry. We have some organic options like little salads and carrots and dip. And,
and for our pastries, we really try to incorporate other bakers and chefs and stuff that were in the area. So we really wanted to be able to bring together some of those smaller people and give them an outlet to, for a place where they can sell their items. That was important.
Tell me about some of those locally owned businesses that you're supporting by carrying their products.
We have, we've grown our local options to be predominantly, we're locally sourced now, so that's
awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
That's great.
So we wanted to be a community hub first and foremost, and the food and drink is sort of secondary, but we've got Sweet Ideas by Vicky offering some sweets and brownies. And
I haven't tried those yet.
Yeah.
They must go quick, because I don't know if I've seen brownies there.
So
they're pretty
Sweet
popular.
Confections is another one.
Okay.
She's a local baker, and she does a lot of some of our scones.
Some coffee cakes and breads and things like that. Our
Sharon's
coffee's
granola.
Yeah, I
she's
tried
Derry.
that
She's right in Derry.
yesterday. Yeah, that was really good.
So we do bites and bars and our loose granola from her. We use Kentucky Farms dairy, so we have local New Hampshire dairy farm, which is
Wow.
yeah,
that's
they've been
great.
awesome to work with. And
We use Stonyfield yogurt, which is right over in Londonderry.
our coffee's roasted locally in New Hampshire.
So it's
as
almost
well.
100%. Is it 100%
It's pretty
locally?
close.
It's pretty close.
Wow.
If it within
Okay.
reason,
Okay.
it's locally sourced, and again, if it's reasonable, it's organic.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
love,
how we want to eat.
And I love the idea you were telling me the other day that you support the Pinkerton Culinary Arts
Yes.
students in their cafe and the things that they do
Yeah,
at the
so
school there.
When school's in session, the culinary arts program bakes for us, so they'll bring in
Mm-hmm.
cookies and brownies and breads that they're doing, whatever happens to be in their curriculum at the time. So it's kind of fun for the students to be able to come in and see the items that they make in class being sold in the cafe.
Right. Well, you're really wise in your marketing. I love your Facebook posts and a lot of the other things that you do for marketing. But by using all these people that are local, they're also supporting your business by letting people know, look, you can get my product over down at the Grind. So word of mouth is really spreading throughout town about what you're carrying.
We feel like relationships come first, and it's relationships with customers, it's relationships with vendors, it's local relationships with people that are providing things for Derry, and if we can support the relationships and have fun with it, then the success follows.
Yeah.
Right, right, exactly.
And it is fun.
It should be.
It really should be.
really
It
should
is.
be.
We have a
Owning
lot of fun
business
doing
is
it.
a lot of work, so you have to really have a love for what you're doing
Yeah.
and that passion.
We find ourselves singing, dancing.
We need to get the camera down there a little more often. So far, we've gotten some great
never know.
shots of the interior of your building there. Describe it for us, because for our viewers, some of the different areas that you have set up, because I think it's wonderful.
So when we renovated the place, we wanted to make sure that it was a nod to where it came from. So we used a lot of reclaimed objects. We have some bench seating that we built in along the wall, so it's comfortable, a little more sofa-like, with modular tables and chairs and stools that people move around, and we welcome that. That was the idea, was if you're there alone, you can grab one table, and if you're there with 7, 8 people, you can just sort of make your own area.
Right.
We have a couple high-top tables. We have a larger group seating in the back. We do have seating at the bar that people like, and we like that because when people come in to order and sit at the bar, we get to chat.
And I love the chalkboard that you have that is from floor, almost the floor to the ceiling,
Yeah.
where you're letting people express themselves and get creative, and that it's not just the young children, because I've seen a lot of
Everybody.
wise sayings on there and all kinds of little bits of trivia.
Yeah.
That
Word of the day.
I think
A
it's
riddle.
great. Well, you're really engaging your customers with your whole philosophy of the business of just
we want people to feel like it's their place. So we want, you know, Carmel and I would like to be recognized when we walk in someplace. It makes you feel welcoming and like we want people to feel like it's their coffee shop.
Like they're part of the family that is a business. And I think that's important. I mean, we frequent a restaurant because when we walk in, they know our name or they recognize us, and we think that really makes a business, is being able to do that. So that's one of the philosophies that we try to employ. Yeah.
Tell me about some of the patrons that you have. Like, is there a particular age that you find coming in?
Oh, it's all over.
All over.
Yeah.
And it's great.
It's really kind of a hip place inside. I mean, just the colors that you have, the openness. You have the board games there, which is wonderful to see kids playing board games at the table as opposed to having their phone out and it's sitting together but not socializing.
Yeah, it's not very often that kids are in there that we see them with their phone or an electronic device. Typically, high school and college kids are there playing Mancala or Scrabble for hours. So it's nice to just unplug. We don't have a television set up. We do have the ability to set one up for special events, but we keep it down on purpose so that people can come in and unplug.
I guess
we do
I
have
like
free
it
Wi-Fi.
that you don't have the television there. It just adds a bit more noise and distraction. The Wi-Fi is great to have. I think today everybody is looking for that, so it's nice that you've incorporated that.
Outlets throughout so that if people come in with laptops to work, that they can, some of them you don't really see them, but they're there. They're kind of hidden a little bit, but if they want to plug in, you can pretty much plug in from any seat within the cafe.
We do have that professional clientele that comes into work.
Yep.
And so far it's been really nice because we can have the kids sitting playing Scrabble, a few people at the bar maybe that come in off the rail trail, and a professional clientele that's sitting with the laptop, and they can be there at the same time.
Yeah,
everybody's
you do
comfortable.
have that nice mix of different areas that seem to be set up a little bit differently, so I can see where a larger group may gather, or someone that wants to just be in the corner with the laptop to get a little bit of work done. It's great. What hours are you open?
Weekdays we're open 7 to 5, and weekends right now we are open 8 to 1.
Okay.
That's flexing as we grow, you know. We're figuring out what's going to work the best. There might be some nighttime opportunities coming around the corner. We don't know. Maybe some earlier mornings. We'll see how that goes.
I think it's nice where you're attracting a younger crowd too, with some of the high school kids, that it does give them a place to go, where they feel welcomed and they're not going to be pushed out the door once they buy their coffee or whatever it is they've purchased, that you're making them feel very, very comfortable there.
We sat and realized yesterday as well that we very literally have the best people that walk through the door, which sounds like a sales tactic or a marketing tactic, but people are good, and the people that live in town are good, and everybody's been so supportive, and word of mouth has been great, and the kids that come in are good kids.
Good kids, respectful,
helpful.
Well, I think that's in turn, you're greeting them and welcoming them. I mean, there's no reason that they would be, you would hope, show any disrespect or not. So I think it's just the feeling that you give off is being returned, which is awesome. So give me your website address.
So the website is thegrindnh.com.
Okay, that's simple.
And there's a direct link to our Facebook as well, which is far more active than the website.
Oh, great. Okay. And so it's just, what is it, facebook.com, thegrindnh?
Exactly.
Okay. Great, perfect.
Yeah.
If anyone has questions or wants to call, if they've got a product that they think would be great, do you have a phone number that you want to provide?
We do. It's 247-4506 is the Grind phone number.
Okay.
And our philosophy so far,
I always forget, that's why she looked at me.
philosophy so far has been that we really don't say no to anything.
Oh,
We just have an open
okay.
door, and we'll try anything. That's not to say we'll put it in the store, but we don't say no to ideas or to samples, and as long as it fits within guidelines and
Right.
comes from a commercial kitchen.
That's great. Well, I also know that you are also very environmentally friendly
Yes.
with some of the products that you use, or most of the products that you have.
Nearly all of them.
Nearly all of our cups are compostable.
Napkins,
Napkins, lids, bowls that we have.
So, yeah, everything is at least recyclable, if not compostable.
Right.
So even in throwing something away, if you've got a smoothie cup and that goes into the trash, at least knowing that it's going to break down fairly quickly, it's not taking up a lot of space in the landfill. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Do you have any future plans? Do you want
We
to
always have future
share
plans.
that? Probably too many, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're always looking to the future. We always have a little something up our sleeve. So,
We don't sit still very long. So there's always something brewing, literally.
Yeah.
but
Bad pun.
All right, so I won't ask you to share those future plans, but it's great to know that you've got some surprises in store, and that's all part of your marketing appeal, is to get people in and get them curious and to come and check you out. So I think that's wonderful.
in the short future, we will be working together with downtown businesses. There is a little something
Oh, great.
Brewing.
Oh, good. Well, maybe it
So-
would make a good potential show. You'll have to keep me posted,
Okay.
Yeah.
if
Sounds
you
good.
think so. Is there, what I would like to do is maybe take a clip, go now and look at what some of your patrons had to say.
Sure.
So if we can take a couple minutes here, we'll get some feedback as to what some of your customers have said.
Sounds good.
I like the location a lot. It's very convenient.
Well, today I had the nutty caramel latte, and it was made with almond milk, and it was absolutely phenomenal.
I love the coffee. The coffee's good. The fruit is good. Sometimes I enjoy a treat. They're good too.
It's nice and it's cozy, it's comfortable, and everyone here makes you feel really welcomed.
And I came in here, and I just loved it to find this in Derry, and everybody's so friendly.
It's very modern. Like, it's something like kids my age, like 16 to 20, a lot of kids would want to come in here, I feel like.
So I was on Facebook, and then through several social media posts, through the rail trail, we kind of found out that there was going to be a coffee shop along the rail trail, and we were really on board with that idea.
Well, it sounds like you have done a wonderful job in not only providing great food, but a destination place for many of your customers. And I know myself, I love going there, and you see me every week. Is there anything else that you would like to share with us that maybe we didn't talk about today?
Oh, I feel like we've covered a lot. If anybody has any questions or suggestions or would like to stop in even on our Facebook and drop us a line, we're pretty friendly. We're pretty easy to approach, and would love to meet. We love to meet new people, so come in and sit at the bar and have a cup of coffee with us.
I think it's great the way that you have been supporting the local community, and it's wonderful to see the way the community is supporting your business, because you've been open
Since April.
6 months?
Not even.
Not even
April
6
5th.
months.
Yeah.
Okay, I was just guessing. Wow, okay.
The
So
response
really-
has been overwhelming.
It was beyond anything we ever could have imagined when we started this whole process. So it's really exciting to see.
Primarily word of mouth and community involvement has driven most of the traffic that has come in, and everybody has just been awesome.
Well, thank you for coming in and sharing with us. And again, thank you for the smoothie, my favorite.
Thank you for having us.
I hope you've enjoyed joining us today and learning a little bit more about The Grind and the many ways that they're supporting our local community in downtown Derry. My name is Suzanne Bernier Robinson. Thank you for watching Downtown Spotlight.